If you're thinking about starting a gratitude journal and want to do it properly from day one, then this is the video for you. Today I'm going to walk you through what gratitude journaling actually is, why it works, and the most common mistakes people make and exactly how to fix each one. I'll then wrap this video up by showing you how to actually stay consistent with your gratitude journal. Let's begin by actually talking about what gratitude journaling is. Gratitude journaling is the practice of regularly reflecting on and recording the people, moments, or experiences you're grateful for. By intentionally focusing on what's going well, it helps you shift your attention away from what's missing, leading to greater positivity, resilience, and appreciation for everyday life. Here's a little story to illustrate the importance of gratitude journaling. In 2005, the psychologist Martin Seligman ran a study at the University of Pennsylvania with a group of people who were severely depressed. He asked them to do one simple thing. Every day for 15 days, write down 3 good things that happened that day. Nothing more complicated than that. The results were that 94% of them moved from severely depressed to moderately or mildly depressed in that time. This was a significant improvement in mood after only 15 days. That's the foundation this whole method is built on, and the benefits go further than just happiness. By the way, if you're enjoying this content so far, then make sure you give the video a like because it helps with the YouTube algorithm. Also, please subscribe because we've got some more amazing videos coming up. Consistent gratitude practice has also been linked to better sleep, stronger relationships, and some evidence even points to improved physical health markers. So if there is strong research highlighting the benefits, why does gratitude journaling fail for so many people who actually try it? Let's go through the mistakes most people make when journaling and talk through how to fix each one. The first mistake people are making is being too generic. And here's what I mean. They write things like, I'm grateful for my family, or I'm grateful for my health, or I'm grateful for my friends. They write these generic statements the same way every single day until it becomes an empty ritual rather than a genuine reflection. And here's why it's a mistake. Your brain gets used to hearing the same thing over and over and over, the same way it gets used to anything repeated too often. Say it enough times and it loses its value and it stops meaning anything. You end up going through the motions without actually feeling it. Research backs this up. A study titled Are Some Ways of Expressing Gratitude More Beneficial Than Others results from a randomized controlled experiment. Compared people who wrote quick gratitude lists against people who wrote longer, more detailed gratitude letters and essays. The people who wrote in depth reported significantly greater well-being, positive emotion, and life satisfaction than those who just jotted down a quick list. The brief generic entries barely moved the needle at all. Here's the fix. You need to be specific rather than general. This is the single biggest change you can make to improve your gratitude journaling. Instead of saying something generic like, I'm grateful for my family, try something specific. Perhaps I'm grateful for my sister because she called to check in today for no reason at all, right when I needed it. Instead of something generic like I'm grateful for my health, try something specific like I'm grateful my knee didn't hurt on my run this morning after weeks of it bothering me. Doing this is what makes your brain actually register the emotion rather than glazing over it. Generic gratitude gets processed like background noise. Your brain just doesn't register it. Specific gratitude forces your brain to actually relive the moment for a second, and that's genuinely where the well-being benefit comes from. The second mistake people make is treating gratitude journaling like a checklist. And here is what I mean. You sit down, quickly jot 3 things and move on with your day. My family, my house, today's weather. Done in 15 seconds, box ticked, on to the next thing. Here is why it's a mistake. The whole point of this practice isn't to produce a list. It's to actually pause and feel something for a moment. When you're rushing to finish rather than sitting with what you've written, you get the appearance of gratitude journaling without any of the actual benefit. It becomes something you do to yourself rather than something you do for yourself. Here's the fix. Slow down, even if it means writing less. 1 sentence you actually paused on beats 5 you rushed through. Before you write anything, take a breath and actually picture the moment you're about to describe. Let yourself feel it again for a second before you write it down. It's a small shift, but it's the difference between logging your day and actually reflecting on it. The third mistake people make is listing what happened without actually saying why it mattered. And here's what I mean by that. Grateful, my friend texted me today. True, but it's just a fact sitting there on a page. Here's why it's a mistake. A fact on its own doesn't tell you anything about yourself. It's not connected to anything real going on in your life, so it doesn't actually deepen the understanding of why that moment stood out to you in the first place. And here's the fix. Add 1 sentence explaining why it mattered. I'm grateful my friend texted me today because I'd been feeling a bit forgotten this week and it reminded me that I'm not. That single extra sentence turns a shallow entry into a genuine one. Try finishing your sentence with because and see what comes after. That's usually where the real reflection is hiding. Now we've talked about the mistakes most people make when writing gratitude journaling and how to fix them, let's talk about how you can get started today. In terms of actually starting, here are 2 things worth keeping in mind. The first is to pick a time and attach it to something you already do. Many people find it works best right before bed, closing out the day on something generally positive rather than whatever was left unresolved. Others prefer doing it first thing in the morning to kickstart the day on a good note. There's no right or wrong answer here, it's whatever works for you. What matters is anchoring it to something consistent, so you're not relying on remembering to do it out of nowhere. The second is to start simple. Just one specific thing a day is enough. Don't try to force a list of 3 or 5. Keep each entry short. 1 or 2 honest sentences is plenty. And don't aim to be perfect. Aim to be specific and true. A lot of people find it difficult to find the time to actually sit down and write a journal, and actually find it easier to talk their thoughts rather than write. This is why we created Just Journal, which is a service that allows you to talk through your thoughts and gratitudes, and you'll receive a well-written journal entry. It makes journaling really easy to do, and I'll show you how it works. Simply go to justjournal.io, start a session, and do a real entry just like this. Something I'm generally grateful for today is a conversation I had with a friend who checked in on me completely out of nowhere. It had meant a lot more than I expected because I had a stressful morning and hadn't told anyone. And that's it. Specific about a person and the reason why it mattered, I clicked the end session, and within moments, the written entry is written for me. There is a 14-day free trial, so you can actually try it out and see if it works for you. You might be surprised how often you journal, because the experience of doing it by talking is actually easier than doing it by writing. To recap what we've learnt today, gratitude journaling is a great way to focus on positive things in your life rather than dwelling on the negatives. Getting started is simple. All you need to do is remember to be specific about what you're grateful for. Try not to rush through the process and reflect on what you're actually grateful for and why it happened. Also remember that if sitting down to write feels like a barrier, remember you don't have to write at all. With Just Journal, you can simply talk through what you're grateful for and get a beautifully written entry back. Now, I have a question for you. Have you ever tried gratitude journaling before? If so, how did it go? So far in this channel, we've made the videos on how to begin journaling, as well as surprising reasons why journaling has accessibility issues. Make sure you subscribe because in the next video, we're going to cover a very interesting style of journaling. You don't want to miss that out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.